Okay. I want to learn Strategic Command American Civil War, so I'm going to start with this. Okay. Display. So, oh, let's turn that off. Yeah, let's read the manual. Okay, and let me start my timer so I know how long I've been doing this. Nope, not that. This, okay. All right. Strategic Command, American Civil War, 1861, blue and gray tutorial. Is that really the beginning of the manual? Let's see what this says. Blue and gray strategy guide. Manassas to Appomattox strategy guide. Okay, these are all strategy guides. Here's the manual. So, what should I start with? Blue and gray tutorials, page 61. Oh my goodness. Should I read the manual then? Game Essentials? Should I start with that? Oh my goodness. Game Essentials is... Oh, it's not that long. It's like 20 pages. Okay. Movement and combat. Advanced gameplay concepts. People say this is a simple game. This doesn't look simple to me. Politics and diplomacy. Designing your own campaign. Okay, well that's not something I have to worry about. Okay, let's start with the manual. Computer bonus, multiplayer options. How am I going to do this? Okay, let's start with the preface. Welcome to Strategic Command, American Civil War, where we are taking you back to one of the greatest conflicts of the 19th century. You will be fighting on our biggest map yet, and the base game comes with 6 grand campaigns covering the Civil War from the first shot to the last. 1861 Blue and Gray, 1861 Manassas to Appomattox, 1862 Scots Great Snake, 1862 Trent War, alternate history. What if the UK recognized the Confederacy? 1863 Lee Rides North, 1864 Make Georgia Howl. Okay. This game introduces a new addition to the Fury software team in the shape of Ryan O'Shea, who has designed all the campaigns and written this manual as well as all the important strategy guides. Ryan is a passionate student of this war, and his knowledge of its history shines throughout this release. In addition to thanking Ryan, we would also like to thank Bill Macon, who has now joined our team to help with programming. This game also comes with the same editor that the official campaigns were designed in, so we look forward to seeing many mods being developed too. Oh, that's cool. Okay. We hope you have fun playing the game, and of course we do welcome your comments and feedback to help us improve it further. Hubert Cater, President. That's a cool name. Part 1, Gameplay. If it is worth a bloody struggle to establish this nation, it is worth one to preserve it. Oliver P. Morton, Governor of Indiana during the Civil War. Introduction. When the guns thundered around Fort Sumter on the morning of April 12, 1861, many believed that the rebellion of the 7 southern states would be a mere 90-day affair. Instead, the bloodless battle would be only the first act in what would become the bloodiest conflict to be fought by the United States, a war that forever changed the history of the nation. In the weeks that followed Fort Sumter's surrender, the Southern Confederacy would grow from 7 states to 11, and tense standoffs would be seen on the fields and in the halls of state legislatures in an attempt to sway the dwindling numbers of border states on side. Native American tribes would become entangled in the great conflict, some even splitting as members sought to join the ranks of the blue and the gray. In a matter of months, the nation that 13 years before rode into Mexico City with just 20,000 men now had 1 million under arms. The Civil War would herald the beginning of a new era of technological development. For the first time, railroads would be used to organize and transport thousands of men to the battlefield. The telegraph would enable commanders to communicate more quickly with their subordinates. Off the coast of Virginia, the steam-powered ironclad would render the world's sailing ships obsolete, while experiments with balloons, submarines, and machine guns showed what was to come. Interesting. Nor was this a solely American affair. Union diplomats persuaded the great powers of Europe to keep out of the war, while the Confederacy gambled on the idea of King Cotton in an attempt to secure an ally. French Emperor Napoleon III took advantage of the USA's distraction to launch a military intervention in Mexico, while Spain attempted to reclaim parts of their former empire by occupying the Dominican Republic and fighting a war in the Eastern Pacific. In Strategic Command American Civil War, you will take the place of Presidents Abraham Lincoln or Jefferson Davis during these turbulent times. On a map stretching from Maryland to New Mexico, from Canada to the Caribbean, you will lead your troops in one of history's greatest battles. Victory will come from wisely managing resources and men, fighting on many fronts, on land, on the rivers, and at sea. Investment in new technology, careful handling of diplomacy with the powers of Europe, and the use of sound military strategies will be key, but with them, your triumph is assured. Our editor can also be used to design your own campaigns, which can be a very fulfilling thing to do. Our games have a thriving modding community, and this editor means you can dive in too, either to make slight modifications to the official campaigns to suit your own tastes, or to make totally new ones. Details on how to use it are included in Part 2, Designing Your Own Campaigns. Getting started. Installation, don't care about that. The installation process, file locations, don't care about that. Resolving issues, don't care about that. Uninstalling game updates, don't care about that. Game forums, help and feedback, error handling. Understanding the game interface. Main menu. When the main menu comes up, select the option you wish from the choices available to change settings, start or continue a game against the AI, or play multiplayer. Settings. Okay, that's all fairly straightforward. Mods. Click this to view any downloaded graphical or sound mods. Tick the box on the right to select one. Clicking again will deselect it. Press OK when done. Sure. Preferences. Do I want to read all of this? Choose side, difficulty. Well, okay, sure, fine. Where was I? Installing mods, right. Preferences, interface tips. This turns tips on or off when hovering with your mouse over a button. Alternate date format. Let's see what that looks like. Settings. Interface tips is enabled. Alternate date format changes the format, for example, from 12 April 1861 to April 12, 1861. New game. Select New Game from the main menu to start playing against the AI. When New Game is selected, a Select Campaign dialog appears, which lists the campaign name and start date for all available campaigns. This dialog orders major campaigns first, followed by any mini-campaigns, and then any user-made campaigns, should there be any. So that's this. Okay. Oh, so this one's orange. These are all orange, and these ones are yellow, or these are like darker orange, and these ones are lighter orange. I didn't notice that color difference. So what is the difference again? Major campaigns first, followed by mini campaigns. Okay. So I guess mini campaigns are just fewer turns? Or fewer units? As each campaign is selected, additional campaign information is provided for that campaign in the panel on the right that includes turn length, seasonal or daily, which side starts, turn sequence, alternate or simultaneous, whether production is normalized. Normalized production ensures that production per time period is more balanced in campaigns with variable seasonal turn lengths. Its effect will be to increase production in winter turns and decrease it in summer turns. Click on Play Campaign. We'll just keep going with this. The names of the campaign's creators, the campaign's name, and a short description. Click on Play Campaign to start a select a campaign, victory to review the campaign's victory conditions, or cancel to exit to the main menu. Victory, what's this? Okay, got it. Choose side. When playing against the AI, you will have the option to play as either the Union or Confederate side, and you can select to have one or more of the majors on your side played by the AI. Majors. Units belonging to any majors that are set to be controlled by the AI will appear darkened, as though they have already moved. This is just a visual indicator to show that they are AI controlled. What's a major? Okay. Even if you have set a major to be AI controlled, there's nothing stopping you from moving any of its units, conducting research, diplomacy, etc. The AI will take over any unmoved units and management of affairs once you press end turn. You can swap sides during a game too. Simply, when it's your turn, go to the options screen, click to play the opposite side, and the AI will immediately take over. You can also turn on or off the AI control of friendly majors at any time. All of these can be changed an unlimited number of times during a game. That's cool. It doesn't tell me how to do that. But that's okay. Right now I'm just choosing side. Okay. Note, a minimum of one major on your chosen side must be under your control. We strongly recommend that either the Union or Confederacy is under human control, as the entry of other majors is considered a rare event in the game. Okay. Don't know what that means. Difficulty. Choose a setting to align with the level of challenge you wish to face when playing against the AI. The difficulty level defaults to intermediate, with no bonuses or penalties to the computer. Use the up-down arrows to choose between green, novice, intermediate, veteran, and expert. Higher settings will reward the AI with greater plunder when they conquer countries. Some scripted events will also only occur at the higher difficulty levels as a way of providing a greater challenge to skilled players. In addition, the difficulty levels provide bonuses to the AI's spotting, experience, and military production points. They do not influence combat formulas. Note, difficulty settings can be changed during a game against the AI, so if you find things too easy or too difficult, modify the settings and continue. Computer bonus. The difficulty settings can be fine-tuned by clicking on the Computer Bonuses buttons beneath to change the AI's spotting, experience, and MPP, that is, income, bonuses. After you've finished making your selections, click on OK to proceed. You will now be taken to the options screen. When you start a new game or load a saved turn, you will be presented with an options dialog to select basic and advanced game options. The text for activated options will appear in yellow, deactivated ones in gray. Once a game has begun, some options cannot be changed, and these will appear in a darker gray. Once you have finished reviewing and changing any options from their default settings as desired, click OK to start the game. Okay. Multiplayer options, view, 3D units. Choose to display either three-dimensional unit sprites or NATO counters. National colors. Display the map with national colors on or off. Last turn summary. Display a summary of major events that occurred in the last player's turn. The summary is broken down into three main categories: combat, military, and research. Combat damage reports include convoy raiding and strategic bombing results. Strategic bombing. Okay, so this is a general manual for the strategic command system. Military activity reports include diplomatic results. Messages. Okay. Preferences. Fog of war. Oh, it's just going to go through all of the options. Alright, well, I don't think this is going to be particularly helpful. What's that? Events. Well, okay. The in-game interface. Okay, let's look at this. Left-hand buttons. The flags of the active major countries on your side show at the top left of the screen. Oh, majors are major countries. So this is like the strategic command. Oh, okay. The flags of the active major countries on your side show at the top left of the screen. Beneath each one's flag, you will see the number of military production points it currently has available, followed by its mobilization percentage. So the Confederates have Great Britain, France, and Spain on its side. If a major's flag is selected, then its flag, name, and MPP status will appear in the top row, starting from the top left corner, to signify that it is this country that is currently selected. Clicking on the smaller flags, not the large one in the top left corner, will take you to that country's capital on the map. Right-clicking on the flag will bring up the production table, which shows units currently scheduled to be available for deployment during the game. Okay. I should be taking notes. Let me see. Maybe Notepad. Oh, okay. Oh, this is... Okay, I'll put this here. Okay. Need to put that here. Put that here. Okay. So, what are we going to say? Right, oops, that's not right. Right click a flag to open the production table. Okay. Hovering your mouse over the smaller flags will display more information on that major, including its fighting spirit value, industrial modifier, and the majors it is currently at war with. Just do this. Okay. Major countries whose mobilization percentage is less than 100% cannot yet play an active role in the war, though you can move their units, conduct research, and make some preparations for when they will enter the war. Interesting. Well, I don't see a mobilization percentage here. Yeah, Oh, is that what that... Okay, right. The white percentage is mobilization less than 100%. Cannot play an active role in the war. Okay. Got it. Okay. Top row buttons. 3521. War maps. In order to attack a neutral country, it is necessary to declare war on it. To do this, select the War Maps button at the top of the screen or use the Ctrl+M hotkey. This will bring up a map which shows flags in the locations of the capitals for all countries that haven't yet surrendered. So this is all assuming the World War I game, I'm guessing. Countries currently at war with you will display a pair of crossed sabers instead of a flag. Click on the percentage button to view the mobilization status of any neutrals. This shows how close they are to joining one side or the other. With pro-Union countries, a term that here extends to other entities that function as countries in the game, such as border states, being highlighted in blue, and pro-Confederate countries in red. I see. Okay. Okay, top row buttons, war maps. Border states are like countries. You have to declare war on it to attack it. Okay. Unless declared war upon, or entering the war via a scripted event, when countries reach 100%, they will join the relevant side at the end of their opposing side's turn. Okay. How to declare war. Select which of your majors is declaring war by clicking on their flag in the bottom left beneath the map display. Now click on the target country's flag on the map itself. Icons displaying the target country's resources at the bottom of the screen will now appear, showing an indication of the potential worth of conquering this country. Tip: if you click on the map, it will zoom in. This can be very useful when the flags are close together. To make the declaration of war, now click on the Declare War button at the bottom left. A warning message will come up where you can either confirm the declaration or cancel it. Click on Close to return to the main game screen. As declarations of war can trigger political reactions, any applicable ones from your declaration of war will now take place. Only majors that are at 100% mobilization can declare war, and you cannot declare war on any majors that are on your side. Note: some nations represented on the map cannot be attacked or otherwise interacted with for historical reasons, such as Guatemala or the Dakota Territory. The Declare War button will be grayed out if one of these nations is selected. The Strategy Map and Convoy Map. While in the War Maps area, you can also review the Strategy Map and Convoy Map by clicking on their relevant buttons on the right. The strategy map is a zoomed-out map of the theater covered by the campaign, showing the locations of all friendly units and all known locations of enemy units. If you click on the strategy map, you will return to the gaming area in the location of the map where you clicked. Okay. Click on Close to return to the previous screen, and then click Close again to exit the War Maps area. Purchase. Units may be purchased at any time during your turn by selecting Purchase from the button at the top of the screen or using the Ctrl+P hotkey. Select the major's flag that you wish to purchase units for at the top. Under the Select Country heading, both that major and any minor subordinate to it will show. You can review the various unit types available for each country by clicking on them in the Select Unit column. If the unit type is available for production and you have sufficient MPPs, it will be shown in white text. If you do not have sufficient MPPs, then the text will be gray, while if it is not currently available, it will be shown in red. Okay. This could be due to the build limit not yet having been reached, or because the date when this unit becomes available, this unit type becomes available for purchase, hasn't yet been reached. If the latter is the case, when you click on any units in red, the date when it will become available for purchase will be displayed underneath the unit icon. The number in brackets to the right of each unit type represents the number that can be purchased, while the right-hand number under the heading PD represents the production delay. To the right of the unit type is the number that can be purchased. The right-hand number under PD is the production delay. Number of months for it to be ready. Okay. So in the example overleaf, the Union can purchase 18 more divisions, and after purchasing one, we will have to wait 3 months before it will be ready to be deployed. A graphical representation of the selected unit type appears in the top middle of the screen, along with the MPP cost of the unit. Available MPPs are shown in the top right, so you can consider whether this purchase is within your budget. Named units are shown to the right of this column. With HQ units, the commander's rating is shown in brackets after its name, with higher numbers representing better commanders. Tip: excluding partisans, land units that are destroyed at supply 5 or higher are cheaper to buy back and will be ready in half the indicated time. The names of these units will have an asterisk after their name, and it is strongly recommended to purchase these units first. In all default American Civil War campaigns, this ability only extends to those units that have names, such as divisions, and not to unnamed units, such as artillery. Okay. Land units that are destroyed at supply 5 or higher. Okay. Do I see an example of that? Named units are shown to the right of this column. That's the graphical representation. That's the cost. PD, that's the production delay. Okay, so 18 is how many can be built. 3 is the production delay. Cost 300 bracket 285. What's that mean? Named units are shown to the right of this column. Available MPPs are shown in the top right. This, 900. Named units are shown to the right of this column. What column? This column? This, so it's this? These are named units? With HQ units, the commander's rating is shown in brackets after its name. With higher numbers representing better commanders. Don't know what that means. I'll just write it down as a question. What's the bracketed number after the cost? What are the bracketed numbers after the defense values? Where are oh, maybe it's not an HQ unit. Okay, so this is an HQ unit. So a division is not an HQ unit. Okay. I see. You can pick the particular leader of how do I put this? Some units are named units, meaning you can pick the particular leader that will be in charge. It only affects their stats for HQ units. All right, that's my impression. Okay. The combat values of all unit types are shown on the right-hand side of the screen, so you can review these when considering which to purchase. In the bottom right of the screen, any available upgrades for the selected unit will be shown. Okay. Bottom right shows any available upgrades. Clicking on the up arrows to apply these will increase both the cost and combat values of the unit, and this will be reflected both underneath the unit icon and also in the combat values area above. Oh, so that arrow, infantry equipment. Okay. When you have made your selection, click on the Purchase button in the bottom center to purchase the unit. Okay. When you have completed reviewing this screen and or making purchases, click Close at the bottom right to leave this area. Well, my big question is, how do I know or figure out what I need to buy? That's my question. Production. To view units that are currently scheduled to arrive during the game, click on the Production button in the bottom right. This will show all units due to arrive for the selected major and its minors, their arrival dates and location, if applicable. To select a different major, click on its flag at the top. Note, units due to deploy by script, for example, ones mentioned in decision events, will not appear in the production table. When you've finished reviewing this area, click OK at the bottom to return to the previous screen. New units. When new units are available for deployment, this button will be highlighted, whereas when none are available, or if there are no viable locations to deploy any units, then it is grayed out. Okay. So it's a button. Okay, where are we? When the button is highlighted, click on it to bring up the details of any units that are now available for deployment. If there is more than one unit available, select the one you wish to deploy and click OK. Units can generally only deploy in their home country, so the screen will automatically take you to the capital of the country whose unit you have selected to deploy. Unlike previous entries in the Strategic Command series, in American Civil War, units can only be deployed in cities, major cities, and capitals. It's a bit weird that you can just... It's weird that you can choose where to deploy new units rather than have that determined at the time you purchase the unit. Okay. The locations where you can deploy this unit will be highlighted as per the example below. Left-click on one of the highlighted hexes to deploy the unit. It isn't necessary to deploy any or all... I'll just read this. This lets you place purchased units that are ready to be used. It isn't necessary to deploy any or all new units this turn. And if you don't wish to deploy them, just click Cancel. However, there is rarely anything to be gained from delaying deploying any units, so it is generally recommended to deploy units in the turn they become available. Diplomacy. Select Diplomacy or use Ctrl+D to bring up the Diplomacy dialog. This is where you can attempt to influence neutral powers to swing your way. Every major that has entered the war has a number of chits, and these can be invested for a cost in MPPs. Each invested chit then has a small percentage chance per turn of swinging the targeted country towards your side. The more chits you invest, the greater the percentage chance. In the countries list on the left-hand side, neutral majors will be listed first. followed by all neutral minors in alphabetical order. Okay. Note that the term countries here and elsewhere in this manual extends to other powers such as the border states and Indian tribes. Okay. Countries in this manual also refers to border states and Indian tribes. Okay. So let me try to summarize this. I'm going to just copy this whole thing because that's... Okay. To the right of their name will be an icon denoting their leaning and which major with the same leaning they would be subordinate to if they were to enter the war. For instance, Osage shows the Union flag as it would be a Union minor were it to join the Union's side in the war. Okay. The percentage column shows their current mobilization value towards the side that the icon denotes. Okay. The flag icon is